What is up, everyone? Matt here from Firebox Cases, fireboxcases.com, at Firebox Cases on Twitter and Instagram. I am very excited. The day has finally arrived. CSG, Certified Sports Guarantee, has finally opened their doors to grading your sports card collectibles. I was able to submit my first order yesterday, able to go through the process, use the system. There's a lot to like about it. There's a few things that are still being ironed out, a few quirks that aren't really kind of 100% yet. But I want to walk through that process with you right now. All right, everyone, first things first. The website to go to, csgcards.com. That's the website to submit cards, csgcards.com. From there, well, first of all, you're going to need to have an account. If you don't have an account yet, you got to set one up here in the upper right-hand corner. To submit cards, there's 3 tiers of membership that you can join in at. The one that I recommend is the middle level, $149. You get a $150 grading voucher. So in essence, if you have, even just a handful of cards that you were planning on sending, the grading voucher will pay for the membership in its own. So it's a zero-sum cost to you to submit cards to CSG, which is awesome. You also get some discounts like at their store or whatever on supplies along with that. So it's a nice perk, and it's completely free to you. So csgcards.com. Submission form. If you have submissions that are already received by them, you'll see your tracking here. You can view the status of your outstanding submissions there, but obviously they just opened. No one has their stuff. Even though I did mine yesterday, it doesn't show up there until they get it received, until they mark it received in their system. So anyway, you want to make an online submission right here. You scroll down a little bit, cards, online form. It'll take you to this sort of submission page. Mail into headquarters, show drop-off. It's a little interesting to me that show drop-off is grayed out right now. It's all because of COVID. Obviously, they're not taking like in-person submissions. But I just saw on Twitter the other day that they're planning on setting up at the Spring Training Spectacular at the Manatee County Fairgrounds near Tampa, up in Bradenton. I think that show is at like the end of February. It's coming up pretty soon. So I would have expected to actually see that box lit up so that people could create some submissions that they could drop off there at that card show. But it's not, so I guess they're just taking in-person submissions. Anyway, the only option is mail into headquarters right now. Select that. They offer crossover service, reholder, as well as this quick submit option that I haven't really got to the bottom of yet. It's something that where you can just put your cards in a package, mail them to them. You don't need to worry about inputting anything into the system, but that'll cost you an extra $2 per card. But if you're in a time crunch, I can see that being worthwhile under the right circumstances. Crossover, obviously, if you're trying to take a slab from another company and bring it into CSG, probably not the most popular service, right off the bat, at least. But it's there. And then, obviously, reholder, they can take a CSG card. If the corner got cracked or something, or it got scuffed, you want a new one, they'll do reholder. Today, we're doing grading. Select next. So this is like the main page where you're going to do all of your submitting from. Well, you're always going to use this top row. But as far as this subset, attribute 1, attribute 2, oftentimes will not be filled in. The first thing I wanted to touch on is that when I did my submission yesterday, there was a glitch in the system where it would not let you put autos into the system, because an auto is a $2 upcharge. They would not let you add an autograph to any of your cards that were in a bulk service level, okay? And what I discovered when we were doing this morning to get ready for this video is that now this is a dual auto from 2016 Topps Heritage High Number. Hopefully I got that lined up right, and there's some bad glare, I know. But that's the card we're dealing with here. 2016. Select the year, obviously. You scroll down, select the manufacturer. Then you've got all the Topps products from 2016 listed here. In theory, that's where the quirks come in. In theory, they're all there. This is Heritage High Number. Now, the subset is, if it's an insert set or whatever, this happens to be Real One dual autographs. Scroll down. Real One dual autographs. Okay, click that. This is Real One dual autographs, which is RODACK. And then that will automatically pop up. The rest of the information will automatically populate the fields for you. It's a little different than PSA, where they just have one field. You start typing in like the pertinent information. You start typing in the stuff that you know, which, you know, if you're kind of deep into cards, is nice. PSA system is definitely a little bit faster. So, you know, I could just type 2016 Topps Heritage Real One dual autographs Correa or something into PSA, and they would pop up a whole menu right there on the screen, and you can find the thing that you want. Just click it. Very easy. This has a few more drop downs, a little more tedious, I would say, overall. You always need a declared value. That it has to do with the insurance that they're going to put on the package, and about, you know, the service level that you can use, because no cards, you know, this is $100 and below type service level. So this happens to be an auto, so you would click autograph grade for $2. And now is the part where you select the tier of grading. Okay, so bulk, and then you can add your subgrades here. This is another thing that PSA does differently. So you have to pick your tier at the beginning at PSA. And so you save a bunch of clicks, because, I mean, most of the time, at least for me, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of bulk. Okay, I don't want to click it every time. Unfortunately, that is the way that they do it here. I'm not sure why that makes sense, because I don't really know anybody who subs that way. Like, all of one tier is always stacked together for me. And this way you have to individually select the tier for each system. I would rather do it, you know, before I got into putting in the cards, and then every card you picked would automatically be that same thing. Unfortunately, that's not the way this works. You got to do this extra step every time. So bulk with subgrades, add to cart. And then it puts that card into your order and takes you back to the input screen. You need to have 50 cards minimum for a bulk order, which is what we're making right now. Bulk, for me right now at CSG, makes the most sense. To do something other than bulk, the price starts creeping higher and higher, where you could just start really thinking, well, if I'm going to pay that extra level, I may as well just do an expedited PSA. Bulk is really where it's at. And you do have to have 50 cards in a bulk submission. If you want to try out a few cards, but you don't have 50 cards of your own, please reach out to me. I'm going to put a link to a pinned tweet on my profile on Twitter. We are going to let you guys piggyback on our orders. We're really hyped about this company. We want them to succeed. We want to send a bunch of cards ourselves. So please get cards to us. We'll piggyback them onto our system. We'll do all the inputting for you and get them back to you in a reasonable time frame. Okay? Happy to do it for you. Please reach out on Twitter. I'll put the link in the show notes, like I say. Okay, so we have one card in there. We have to get to 50. We're not going to be able to do that super easily. Here's another quirk that I discovered. Next, I'm going to do a 2018-19 Prism. Hopefully you can see it. I know there's glare in here, my fault. We got Firebox doing double duty, blocking out the really bright window behind me, but unfortunately still a lot of stray lights around the room. So 2018-19 Kobe Bryant Prism. 2018-19 Panini Prism. Scroll down to Prism. This is card number 15. Now, this is a peculiarity, is that when you put in this card number, ideally, the only thing that's going to pop up is card number 15, which is Kobe Bryant. But I guess that there must be other subsets in this Prism where card number 15 are, you know, can be all of these other people or something. I don't really understand. But, you know, you can still choose all of these subsets. And if you know that it's just a base set, you should be able to kind of cancel out some of those options by just clicking the NA, because it's not a subset at all. It's just part of the main set. It's card number 15. But when you do that, it starts not recognizing card number 15. And it does this thing where when you tab it, it takes you back to the top of the page, and doesn't enter anything. And on the third time, it will, at least on my computer, I don't know if this is for everybody, on the third time when they're like sure that, yes, this is what you mean to enter, it will put it in there. But then you have to put in the rest manually, okay? Which is sort of not ideal, I would say. So let's go back and sort of make it the way it seems like they want it. It's a $10 card. It's not an auto. We leave that blank for now. And because we don't want to do a whole bunch of them today, let's just say we're doing 46 of them. So if you have multiples, you can obviously do quantity, which would make your job of entering much easier. All right, they're in there now. Now, another thing, just to see how some of that subset action works, okay? Here is a James Harden, same thing, 2018-19 Panini Select. We're going to go in here, basketball, 18-19, Panini Select. This happens to be a scope prism. That's James Harden number 158. Now, something interesting. This is a premier level card, okay, in Select. They have in here for Select, you can choose premier level in there, which is another attribute. So that's going to show up on a CSG label. At PSA, they don't put that information on their label. But having that extra piece of information on there for a premier or a concourse is kind of nice. So I do appreciate that. In that same vein, 2019 Topps Heritage Minors. I don't know if you see. This is Brian Hayes. Okay, in that set, high numbers over 200 are SP. And I was really hoping, because Heritage Minors and Heritage in general is one of my favorite sets. Topps Heritage Minor League, card number 216, Brian Hayes. I was so hoping that when I put in that James Harden Premier level and I was able to add that attribute, that Premier, I was like, oh, nice. I can put that on my label now. That's going to look really nice having all of that information on the label, that they would have the high number SP as an option. No high number SP for Heritage Minors, or probably Heritage as well. I haven't looked at it. But just another quirk. You know, if they're going to do it for Premier level, for Concourse level on Prism, why not list what the high number SPs are for Heritage? That would be something I would like to see implemented. Next is the number one problem I had submitting cards. And we're going to go with a couple of the things that didn't work out so well. My number one problem with submitting the cards is, I don't know if you see this, Victor Mesa. Okay, that's a purple refractor. I mean, it's a mega box refractor technically. But the point that I'm trying to demonstrate is that the first release of Bowman every year is called Bowman Baseball. Okay, it's just Bowman. Then Bowman Chrome, then Bowman Draft. They don't have a drop down for Bowman Baseball specifically. Okay? And I was trying, I tried to put in NA. If you put in NA, they don't have any card numbers. CPA, this is BCP 5. Nothing pops up. They don't know what NA is for set name on Bowman. This particular card anyway should say Megabox. Okay. Refractors, Chrome Prospect Refractors. Not autograph. Chrome Prospect Refractors Purple. BCP 5. Victor Mesa. So that works out on Megabox, but it's going to have the same numbering in Bowman Baseball for a purple refractor. Okay, so if you change it to Chrome, we already showed that it doesn't work if you just put NA. They have no information in there at all. If you change it to Chrome, Prospects, Refractors, Purple, BCP 5 is not in the system. And in fact, their numbering starts at 151, which is all of the Chrome prospects starting in Bowman Chrome in that second release of Bowman. So those are all in the system. But the initial Bowman Baseball release prospects, I can't figure out how to put them in there. And Bowman Baseball is a great release. Bowman Baseball is typically a much superior release to Bowman Chrome. It's got all the J2 signings always. So I had a lot of cards that I wanted to send in there. And it's not to say that you cannot sub those cards. You still can. But you just have to do it by hand. You have to be as accurate as you can without them telling you how they like it labeled. Be as accurate as you can with these drop downs and still input those things. But that's a big time suck when you have to start inputting everything by hand for Bowman Baseball release. I'm going to leave this one without subgrades just to demonstrate a point later. Okay. Next is a few sets that aren't in the system yet. This is a drag because one of the things that I think CSG is going to be great for is getting to market first with new product. Okay? So with that in mind, I had a whole bunch of 2020, 2021 Panini Prism draft picks. Just kind of retail refractors, just, you know, nice colored stuff, but nothing numbered, nothing crazy. Some silvers, but I wanted to send all those. Nothing for 2020, 2021 basketball is in the system yet. That's hoops. That's Prism draft picks. Not in there, which is a drag. You can, I've confirmed with them, I've confirmed with their customer service, you can still submit. You have to fill in all the entries by hand for now. The other thing is that, you know, shout out Riley's Rips to my son who ripped that on our channel the other day. Nice Casey Mize black auto. But, for example, 2021 Topps Series 1 is not in there. Nothing 2021 is in there yet for baseball. You can still submit. You have to fill it in by hand. Big time suck. Really, really a drag. Even something that's been out for quite a while, honestly, football. This is from Contenders Football. Okay, Justin Herbert, not a big card, but 2020 Panini Contenders. No Contenders Football. Contenders draft picks. No Contenders Football. That's a problem. But just to demonstrate how, you know, they have got a lot of stuff in the system. This is like a really weird online set, Throwback Thursday set that I've had for a while. From 2018, just to show you that it's in there. It's really actually amazing that some of these crazy, like, niche cards are in there. Throwback Thursday. And then this happens to be the, says on the back, the 1977 baseball design. Redraft. Card number 104. Manny Machado. There he is. In the system. I'm going to do all of those because I want them slabbed. I think they're cool. You know, it's a $2 card. I don't care. Let's leave that off with no subgrades again. Topps Now. Okay? I have some Ohtani rookie Topps Now cards that I've been sitting on for a very long time. Baseball. 2018. Topps. Set name. Now. Well, this one specifically is a moment of the week. So you find the moment of the week subset. This happens to be moment of the week number 6. Shohei Ohtani. It's in there. Gotta love it. Probably a $3 card, whatever. Bulk. These are just normal Topps Now. Those don't have any subset. Just do it quick, just to prove a point that some of this crazy stuff is in there. Topps Now. No subset. 234. Shohei Ohtani's. Now, we've got up to our 50 now. This is going to be our last stop on this journey, for one. And one of the more important things to keep in mind. You can get to 50 cards by doing a mix of bulk with subgrades and without subgrades. As long as that number total adds up to 50, you can send at the bulk price level. But if you do split them, if you do have some subgrades, some non-subgrades, you're going to like have two sort of invoices created, and they're going to charge you shipping twice. Okay, they're going to charge you shipping twice on these orders, which can be a lot. As we travel through checkout here, and obviously I'm going to blur out some of this stuff. This $73 USPS, that's for 2 orders. Okay, it doesn't usually cost that much. If you only have like one bulk submission that's not divided up with subgrades like that, it will all come in one. It's probably be like $40 or something like that. Obviously blurring all of that out. So you can see the shipping, USPS shipping on the subgrade order, boom, and USPS shipping on the bulk without sub order, which is a drag. But it's the way they do it. It's the way they've been doing it on Pokemon. It's the way they do it on everything. So it is policy. It's not a glitch. It's nothing you can work around. You can't like call them up and be like, hey, would you mind adding it? No. This is a policy. It's the way that works. So keep in mind that if you have this order and you had, like we do, 49, okay, bulk with subgrades cards, and then you had 7 you thought, not that big a card. I don't need to do subgrades. I'll save myself a little money. Well, in theory, except that you have to pay $30 to the postman if you do it this way. So if you just have a handful like that, they should all go with subgrades. Just get the subgrades. Pay for something that's valuable. Pay for something that looks nicer on your slab rather than giving it to the postman. That's, kind of a key thing to keep in mind. It's just, think about it like a discount on your subgrades, and probably lean towards getting them. This is another interesting point, that the subgrades do split your order up like that, but auto grades do not. So you can auto anything and only be paying shipping once. Okay, you can auto anything within any tier and it doesn't make you ship separately. Even though I think they say auto grade adds a couple of days to the order. I can't remember for sure. Even though they say that, it's all going to come together, which is nice. You don't need to worry about the autographs. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I want you to get out there, sub some cards. If you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself or you don't have enough to do it, please reach out to Firebox on Twitter. Would be more than happy to sub your cards for you. If you like this walkthrough, if you like CSG grading, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. We're going to do a lot of this. We do a lot of grading reveals. If you've got kids that you try to collect with, my son and I are always doing a series called Riley's Rips. You can find that in the channel feed as well. It's super fun to open cards with your kids, and we do encourage you all to do that as well. Fireboxcases.com. We're always selling our cases. The inventory is supposed to be in end of the week, so please swing by fireboxcases.com if you're in the market for portable protection for your collection. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you found in your own submissions any peculiarities about the system. What sets were included? What sets did you have a hard time inputting? I will see you on the next one. Let's get some great grades from CSG Grading, and I'll see you guys around.